Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Saline Aquatics. I come up with an awesome idea that you can do with a 32-gallon brute garbage can if you don't have a utility sink in your fish room and you don't feel like running the hot and cold lines. This might be the answer for you, so stick around and check it out. So we all know the 32-gallon brute garbage can, you can put a caster on it so you can move it around. I've had this thing for a while. I've used it to hold water and used it to top off aquariums, which I love that for. But I did a little bit of something different with it, because in my fish room here, I don't have a utility sink. I don't have hot and cold water lines. The only thing I have is, well, before I say that, you can see here I have my python. When I moved my fish room into the garage, I made sure I drilled a hole, and that line goes into the next room, and then I can hook this up to the rest of it, which takes me over to my main bathroom where I hook the python up, which I use to fill my aquariums. I only use that now to fill my aquariums. Outside the back door here, I ran my garden hose, which is on the other end of the house. I just ran it over, and I have a table out there, and my hose is there, and that's where I would always clean filters out and stuff like that. And this is my pump that I use to drain my aquariums when I'm doing water changes. I drilled 2 holes at the bottom of this door. I put, I don't know, 4-inch, 5-inch long nipples through it, put silicone around it, and put a jam nut on each side. And when I am not using it, there's caps on the other side. I can cap it off to keep the bugs out, to keep the, the heat and cooling good in the fish room here. And so when I drain, everything goes out the door. Don't have to open the door. And if I do need to use the python to suck up uneaten food and waste and things like that, I would put the python, hook it to the hose outside, and run it through here and do the same thing. Well, in the summertime it's really not feasible, because you're letting mosquitoes and bugs in and you're letting your cold air out, and vice versa in the winter. It's really cold lately this winter, so I come up with an idea so I can clean my filter sponges and my pre-filters inside without having to open that door and let all my heat out. Let's have a look at it. And here it is. I got this from work and I cut it down to fit this thing. I got a smaller diameter hose, cut it in half, put a stop valve, or a valve on it. I have it zip tied so it can't move, and the other half of this is outside. All I have to do is, it's already hooked to the hose, all I have to do is run it through here, put it on here. You do have to put a hose clamp on or the pressure will pop it off. And now I can stay inside. I just tested it with this one here. I can clean, and it doesn't, I am going to make a backsplash, but if you do it right, you really don't have a lot of mess, even with this grating here. I just keep it low. I held my hand around it till it's clean. You can shove this little sprayer down in the hole there to hold it. And it's a great way to clean. Once the water gets too full in here, I have this Higer 5-in-1 electrical gravel vac I did a video on. You can see all about that. I can link the video for you guys on this. And what I do is I just take this hose, stick it through there, and pump the water out of the barrel, out of the garbage can. I don't have to open the door, other than to go out and open the cap real quick. So I can clean in here, and I can drain in here. Now, of course, these garbage cans come with handles, so you can put a towel on one end. Over on this end, I use that as a holder to hold my hose clamp, because when I am done, I have to take it off, pull it back, the hose back through the hole, and leave it out there, and then cap it. Now, the cutout piece, when I was done, fit perfectly around this, and I cut notches so it would fit on each side of these handles real good, and I was going to zip tie it down for just like an extra place to hold stuff and have tools. But the problem is, it makes you have to keep the garbage can out too far, and it'll be in the way. So, like I said, I already tested it last night. It worked really good, because I have these pre-filters on 2 tanks, one in the 125 Oscar tank and the other one's in my 75-gallon Abuna tank. Because they dig up and plume the sand up in the water column so much, I had to put these pre-filters on my FX series canister filters to keep the sand out of them. But every week they get clogged, and if you wait too long, these things will get to the point where the suction of those canister filters will completely collapse it to nothing. So you have to, and I got spares of these, so I'll take it off, set it here now, go get a new one, pop it on, get the filter running again, and I'll come over here and clean them all out. And then when you're done, the nice thing is you can just let it sit here to dry. This was wet. It's already dry today. So now that one's ready to go for when I gotta replace the next one. You know, on my channel, I'm all about efficiency, making things easier. Could I get some PEX, some shark bite fittings, tap into the hot and cold lines, run them up in the attic and down? Sure, but then you got to buy a utility sink. You got to buy all that stuff. This route, it cost me nothing. I got most of the parts that I had, that I got at work or already had. So it cost me nothing to put this little setup together, and that's it. It makes things a little bit easier. It's a little bit more cost effective on your heating and cooling and not having to run those lines. Now, do I want a utility sink rather than this? Absolutely. It'd be nice to just have a utility sink in here. Maybe one day I'll do that. But for now, this is my utility sink. It works. But I wanted to share that little trick with you, give you guys some ideas. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this idea. You like it, you hate it, or you have some ideas to improve on it. That'd be great. So appreciate your time. Talk to you later. Be safe. We'll see you Saturday morning.